Hello and welcome to our My Advantage 365 video training series. Today we're going to discuss the rental order. Before jumping into Advantage 365 and looking at a rental order, let's first talk a little bit about the rental order lifecycle. In the rental order lifecycle, the first thing that normally occurs is the customer will call and request a quote for the rental of equipment. Next, the customer will call and confirm the order. We must then generate a rental contract, which is typically sent to the customer for authorization. You must notify your operations staff so that they can prepare to deliver the rental and/or sales equipment on the date required. Your operations staff may also be responsible for delivering services, such as delivery fees or installation or configuration services. The next step would be to deliver the equipment and/or services on the appropriate day. Once that delivery has physically happened, we need to record the equipment that was delivered to the customer. By record equipment, I'm referring to recording any asset numbers or any asset serial tracked equipment, as well as confirming the quantity of equipment that was physically delivered to the customer. Next, you'll need to invoice the customer over the life of the rental. That rental may be short-term, a day or maybe several days, or it may be longer-term rental. For example, an indefinite rental which is billing monthly in advance. At some point in time, the rental will end. At that time, we will need to schedule the pickup of the equipment at the end of that rental. Once the equipment has been physically returned, we need to record that equipment or remove that equipment from the rental contract. It will need to bill that customer for any final billing terms, services, or equipment that purchased at the conclusion of the rental. In Rental Advantage, what exactly is a rental order? Within Advantage, a rental order represents the master contract. On that rental order, we'll identify the customer's information. For example, who are we renting to? Who are you billing? As it may be separate or different addresses. And where the equipment will be used. We need to make sure that we record the ship to address for the equipment for both tracking purposes and accurate sales tax billing. We must also identify the terms for the contract. How long is the rental expected to last? How often will the customer be billed? And how will the price be established? Will it be a daily rate, a weekly rate, or a monthly rate? Or any other pricing of your desire? We also need to identify what will be rented. What did the customer request when they call to rent equipment from you? We also need to identify any sales or one-time charges for the rental contract. Maybe it's a delivery charge, a pickup charge at the end of the rental, or maybe there's a labor or services that are required or a part of that rental order. Within Advantage, we use our rental order to be the master contract for all activities on the order. Let's take a look at a rental in Advantage 365. Click on Rental Advantage from the navigation pane and move to Rental Orders. Let's review an existing order to see in general how the rental order is set up. First, you'll notice that the rental order is broken up into sections called fast tabs. There are essentially two different types of fast tabs to a rental order. The general, the invoicing, the shipping, the communication, the EFT, and the default deal. Fast tabs are what we normally refer to as the rental header and related information. The rentals and sales fast tabs on the order is what we normally refer to as the lines. Within the rental header, fast tabs were capturing our customer information, for example. In the general fast tab, we're going to keep track of all the information about the sell to customer. Who is the customer that actually called and requested the rental of the equipment? On the invoicing fast tab, we identify the billing customer, which may be different from our selling customer. You'll notice we have bill to address information as well as information about terms, codes, as well as discounts. On the shipping fast tab, we identify the location of the rental equipment, where should the equipment be delivered, Or once delivered, where will it reside? You'll notice we can also identify the shipping method agent, the location that's responsible for the delivery of the equipment, as well as tax information. We use the communication section to keep track of how to contact the different people at the organization. For example, we have sell to contact information, bill to contact information, as well as ship to contact information. We use the default deal fast tab to keep track of the terms of the contract, or what we refer to in Rental Advantage 365, the rental deal. And finally, we use the EFT fast tab to specify credit card information if the customer has requested to pay on a recurring basis via credit card. In the Lines fast tab of the rental order, you'll notice we have one fast tab for rentals and one fast tab for sales. On the Rental fast tab, we identify what type of equipment did the customer request for rental. We'll keep track of or record the quantity that was requested. The deal information will default from the default deal fast tab into the Lines, where we'll know how to rent to the customer, how often we should bill them, and if you set up your rental prices will default. Any lines entered on the Rental fast tab are generally meant to be billing on a recurring basis. On the Sales fast tab, we keep track of the information about what sales of either equipment and/or services will be provided on the rental order or rental contract. We keep track of what the customer requests, and in this case, there was a delivery charge, the quantity, the date, as well as the price for that sale. Any lines entered on the Sales fast tab are meant to be a one-time charge line. Also in the rental order, you'll notice that we have several buttons within the Line fast tab. These buttons are separated or segregated into different functional areas. For example, on the Rental Line button, we'll find information about shipping and receiving, which we'll get into our shipping and receiving videos. We can see that we can capture notes that are line specific and the all-important dimensions. The function button is used for more advanced functions that are available in the system, such as how to quickly create lines, which we'll review with you in our rental order entry videos. There are also buttons to generate work orders for deliveries and returns, and another button for recording meter charges. In the navigation ribbon along the top, we'll find different buttons that will show us information that is order specific. For example, statistics. If we look at order statistics, we can see for this order the total amount that we expect to bill to this customer. We also see some information about sales tax as well as customer credit limit information. The Post button in the Home and Action ribbon can be used to automatically generate an invoice from this order. Now, invoices can be generated from the individual order itself, or you can batch generate your invoices using RMI's periodic billing activity for batch posting rental orders. Please be sure to watch our video about periodic billing for information about batch posting. The Print area of the Home ribbon is where we would capture different information about reports that can be printed from the order. For example, our rental order is what we refer to as our rental contract. We can look at our rental order or rental contract on the Options section. You have the option or opportunity to identify what sort of information should be printed on this rental contract, such as what company information addresses, phone numbers we should include, bill to information, ship to information, Should we extend the rental amounts to show totals on that order? Would we like signature lines? When we preview the rental order, we will see the bill to, ship to information, any purchase order numbers. We can see the equipment that was requested for rental. If there was anything that was scheduled to be sold, any equipment and or services, we would see them in the items sold section on the rental contract. And because I've requested to extend the amounts, I can see the totals and subtotals on this rental contract. This is the rental contract that we tend to send to customers for authorization or signature that we wish to proceed with the order. The purpose of the overview video was to get you acquainted with the order and what the screens look like. Please refer to RMI's video on rental order entry for more details on how to actually create an order and how to use the different fields on the order. This concludes our video. Be sure to watch all the videos in RMI's training series to help make your job easier and to make you a more efficient user of the Vantage 365.